Faxing with the first. Babe is here. Veriti is here. What's going on? Who else we got in here? There was somebody else in here. Oh, yeah, it was Cody. It was that ass-wipe Cody. What up, dude? How we doing, folks? Welcome on in. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen this stream, but we are here, we are live, and we mean it. Just went through some battles to get a temporary setup so that we could stream for the day. Because I love you guys, and I hate to fall down on the job. I hate
the biggest
to fail
asshole on
for
Twitch
y'all.
here.
So here we are. Roasted Donut, one of the people I hate to fail for the most, as he beats me and locks me in the basement when I do. What's going on, sir? How are you? You have a haircut today? Good. Good. Fucking hippie. I want some Taco Bell. Honestly, my tacos the other night were really good, but they just made me want more tacos. And at this point, I would eat like 3 Taco Bell Mexican pizzas. Abso-fucking-lutely. Well, I'd take those too. I would take those too, Mr. Donut. However, in the absence of, I'll take some good old Taco Bell. Panini? An idea for lunch? Is it a Taco Bell Mexican pizza? I don't know what other idea the mention of that food would give anybody for anything else, because, yeah. Hi, folks. We're here. What's up? Too fucking bad, faxing. Make one or go get one. Jesus. Hi. Oh, is there, Donut? Okay. Yes, faxing? But why not? I like to. I enjoy it. It entertains me. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I got a big dick.
None of that shit around here.
I mean, it doesn't take much to make me feel like I got a big dick, but still. You're ill, Veriti. Very able. You don't feel all that bad, but high fever. Well, that sucks. Just today, started today. You get those tacos, Mr. Donut. That is an order.
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Dang, Jen, howdy do. Hi, what's going on? How are you today? I had my tacos on Sunday, and they were delicious. And I used the last of my dark habanero hot sauce on them. And now I'm sad because that sauce was very good. And it's only like €7 or €8 to get a bottle in the UK. But apparently it's between 20 and 40 to get a bottle of the same stuff here. Like, what the fuck? Y'all are literally across the fucking English Channel. Come on. Reviewing resumes. Hire me, Jen. Hire me. Get me out of this place. Rescue me. Chicken taco salad yesterday. Very nice. Kinger, Lurkaway, sir, and Lunar Stargate. What's going on? Average size for my hometown? No. No, ask the locals. At least a few of them. They'll tell you what's up. Faxine, I'm going to ask that you please cut back on the sexual innuendos pointed my direction. I know you do them for attention and to get a reaction. I don't mind a little banter and a little joking around, but it seems to be 80% of what you say is something crass and sexual and lewd directed at me. Chill out a little bit, okay? Jokes here and there are okay, but when it's literally all you ever say, it starts to feel like harassment. Okay? Thanks. No, Jen, it's more of an import thing. With UK leaving the EU, shipping costs and import fees and so on pile up. That's what it comes down to. Get ready, Mr. Donut. And it's not even jokes about finding me attractive or this or that. It's about specific graphic descriptions of activities. So stop. End of that topic. It's okay. But I've asked you very politely and very lightly and very briefly a couple of times in the past. And you didn't seem to get the clue, so I'm just being a little more upfront this time. That's all. You can make some jokes, but that can't be the only thing you ever joke about or push in my direction. I am here as a dancing clown, to do the moves and push the buttons for everybody's entertainment, and that's fine. Jokes at my expense are part of the deal. But when you're just downright being gross and sexually aggressive towards me, it's not okay. Hi, Chem Nerd. What's up, man? How you doing? Sorry, I'm priming my vape. It's a fresh coil. How is Mr. Chem Nerd today? What do we got going on? Yeah, you have to let the vape juice soak in on a new coil and wick for several minutes, and then take a couple of unburnt pulls to help suction a little juice down into the chamber. Helps the cotton soak it up a little better. Home with a barfy kid. Ooh. A lot of people been sick this last month or two. How are they just having a rough day with it, or is it particularly bad? Kim's sick this week. I was sick last week, and so was Juju. Projectile vomited at my... Oh. Poor kid. Poor kid. Well, I hope she's feeling at least a little bit better very soon, because that's sucky. Right, okay, Chem Nerd. Okay, nothing since, yeah. I think all of us over here have had a stomach bug. At least the three of us in this household have had I felt like I had a ball of concrete like this in my gut yesterday. I did not eat until midnight. I had 3 leftover tacos, maybe late morning yesterday, and then I didn't touch any kind of food again until almost midnight. My stomach was not good. Jen. Has she seen anybody about it? Has she gotten it looked at? I need caffeine and sugar today, folks. I actually tried to go to bed at a decent time last night. But then I got a notification about a mystery package. And here you can make dirty jokes. A mystery package being delivered to me. See, jokes are allowed. Yeah, I got an email from DHL that there was a package headed my way from Seattle. The fuck is this? I didn't order anything. So the sender... I couldn't find the sender in my memory or in my PayPal records. And the return address was just an office and retail complex in downtown Seattle. And I'm like, the fuck is this? And it, like, in item description, it said non-portable computing device, PN53. And I'm like, the fuck is a non-portable computing device, PN53? So I looked up PN53, and it comes up as a NUC. It comes up as a bare bones or mini PC, like a media center PC. And the dimensions for the package are correct. The weight is correct. The item description is correct. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way that, like, who in the hell would send me one of these things? They're not cheap, right? I finally pieced it together. And I'm 99% sure I know what it is. That office and retail complex that it has as the return address is an Amazon office. The sender is an Amazon project manager. I think they're sending me a bunch of Alexa equipment. I think they're sending me a few different Alexa devices because they are developing Alexa capabilities in Dutch, and they apparently need a lot of training data for the different dialects and accents and regional differences and so on. And I think that's what it is. Wasn't COVID, or at least tested negative. The antibiotic gave her didn't help, but maybe there's something else going on with her throat. She's always out for work, so she probably hasn't had time to go see an ENT. Could have been you. Don't live in Seattle. Do live close to Buffalo. I used to live in Albany and Schenectady, and they sucked dick. They were they seemed like the armpit of New York State. Okay, so you know Albany well. So you know where the Egg is at. You know the state capitol complex. You know all the little wealthy side streets right off of the state capitol complex on the north side of it. Well, that's where I lived. I had a cheap. Well, I won't say cheap. I had a relatively cheap garden apartment. Stusius, 23-month resub. Thank you very much. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good. Thank you. Yeah, Albany was just dreary and dirty and boring. And the 1 year that I lived there, the impression that I got, and what I was directly told by the director of the program that I worked at, is that all the people from New York City that get in too much trouble there run upstate to Albany to hide out and start all over. And so Albany has become, the shithole of the state. Albany and Buffalo? Oh, okay. Very briefly. No, so there was these, all these, brownstones and, on these little side streets off of the state capitol complex. And the upper units were very upscale, it was a trendy, upscale, turned out to, I didn't even know it because I didn't know the area, and not that it would matter to me anyway. But when I moved in, my buddy that was helping me move everything in, he and I are carrying everything in, and guys from all over the neighborhood are like introducing themselves and, hi, you guys want to come up for a drink when you're done, and all of this stuff. It took me a couple of days to realize I had moved into Boys Town. Albany's version of Chicago's Boys Town. So I was like, oh, all right. Hi, Zaid. Twitch is shitting bricks on your end. That's a pain in the dick. Just being real skippy and shitty, or what's going on? Yeah, so, but I love that garden apartment I had at the time. That garden apartment was fantastic. It was, like, my windows were right at sidewalk level, and I got to socialize a lot. It was really nice. You know, in nice weather, I would sit on my windowsill with one leg hanging out on the sidewalk and just read my books, you know, and strike up conversations with people walking down the, walking past on the sidewalk. And it was very, very, very nice. I really liked living there. But I was big mad because I got that apartment and also rented an office space in Albany. I got that apartment, specifically got a 2-bedroom unit, and rented that office space because my buddy, Paul, was supposed to be my roommate and come in as a business partner to open a computer repair shop there with me. It's the whole reason I moved to Albany. And as soon as I got moved into the place, he said, okay, I'm going to run to Florida for a week to visit family, so that's out of the way, and when I come back, I'll move in, and we'll get focused on this business plan. And he never came back from Florida and left me holding the bag on both leases. That was great. That was great. Hello, Ego. How we doing? Ego, his father was rather wealthy, had a bunch of apartment buildings in South Florida and all this stuff. And through later conversation, I came to the conclusion that he just decided that he was afraid of the challenge and risk of opening the computer shop with me and all the hard work. And he came to the realization that it was much easier just to take one of his dad's apartments for free and live on the fucking beach in Florida and run around with daddy's credit card. Which I should have guessed and never gone in with him in the first place, because that's what he was doing in Albany to begin with. He had a really expensive apartment on State Street and no job, and all he did was wander around lounging at Washington Park, eating Greek takeout and drinking wine all day, all the time. So I was young and dumb, and I made arrangements with a fellow young and dumb but also lazy person. Hello, Darklight. How we doing today, sir? What is happening, man? I did learn a lesson faxing, and I have never relied on anyone else in any sort of business arrangement ever since. I did learn some hard lessons because I didn't get to open the computer shop. I ended up taking jobs that I ended up working as a security guard at the State Museum, which was cool, actually. I was specifically at the State Museum's 9/11 exhibit. And then after that, I took a job as overnight security at a homeless shelter and drug rehab. That was an interesting year. That was a very interesting year. I nearly died. Somebody went to prison for trying to fucking murder me in that homeless shelter. Hello, Mr. Mushy. How you doing today? What's going on? Yes, a large, angry Russian man tried to kill me at that job because I required him to take a piss test when he was late past curfew getting back to the shelter. So I'm all right, Yako. I'm pushing down a panic or anxiety attack that was rising because of some technical issues with the stream that are now temporarily fixed, but I'll have to work on them tonight. And yes, Mushy, that's the guy who fucked up my arm. 368 gashes on my arm. arm, shoulder, and chest. Oh, you've never seen it, Faxine? You've never heard that? I haven't told the story in years because, I don't know, these days it bothers me more than it used to. But, I nearly bled out, and I would have straight up fucking died that night, except one of the other shelter guests smashed this dude over the back of the head with something to get him off of me. Yeah, Yako. And one of the gashes was particularly bad. It went all the way to the bone. Yeah. Here. Yeah, you can... Yeah. And it goes all the way up the arm and the shoulder and into the chest here. So, and one of them, it doesn't look so bad now, but you can see that divot in my arm where there's like actually a dent right there. Yeah, that one went all the way to the bone. That was bad. So, yeah, it was an exciting day. Just got a DM that's a little upsetting. Hello, Mr. Jerkops. What's happening? What's cooking? Nothing, and I'm hungry. No, I just had a frozen pizza. I know that's what you're actually asking. How you doing over there? What's new? Sorry, I was typing a bit of a reply there to something rather important. Be witty. I'm doing great. How about yourself? What's happening, man? Put it in the oven first, Darklight? I should have. Would have been a little easier on the teeth. Cross-country skiing, again. Nice meatball sauce and potatoes for lunch. That'll work. That'll work. Did I hurt myself in the arm? No, Jerkops. I was showing some scars from something that happened a long time ago, almost 20 years ago. Yes, Jerkops, exactly. Cabalzo with that Twitch Prime resub. That's 2 months. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Welcome in. That stuff is good, yes. I usually just get, like their regular thin crust, and I either get just the regular salami, or the bolognese, which is good. But yeah, there are other pizzas. I will say, I gotta say this. I've had a lot of frozen pizza in my life. A lot. I mean, I'm a fucking guy who lived alone for a long time. I've had a lot of frozen pizza. These 3 and 4 euro frozen pizzas here beat the shit out of any 3 or 4 euro frozen pizza I've ever had in America. And they're actually better than almost all of the regular fresh pizzas I've had here. Let's see here. What song? What song? What are we talking about? Doing pretty good? Being lazy before you got to shovel a little bit of snow you got last night? Snow. Exciting. Are they delivery, ChemNerd? These pizzas are not... Are you talking about the regular pizzas that I have not been satisfied with here? Yes. New York pizza is hit or miss, and none of the pork is real. It's all chicken and turkey. ChemNerd. And Domino's here is worse than Domino's in America. Fancy frozen pizzas to you, thanks. We often actually, there's one of the grocery stores we go to where for each extra you buy, you pay full price for one, you get 10% off your second, you get 20% off your third. Yeah, I like it. We get stacks of stuff. Well, Jen, I was going to cook for Babe tomorrow. Wait, she's here. But she's sick and has no sense of taste. That is saying something, yeah, that Domino's here is worse than America. Yeah. It was... The crust wasn't even cooked. It was basically half still dough. The sauce had zero flavor. It was just this nondescript red sauce or paste. The cheese was so dry it seemed like imitation cheese. It didn't even have grease or flavor. When cheese gets hot, it gets greasy. This didn't. I don't know what the fuck was going on with their pizza. And Jen, I used to cook. Just because I ate a lot of frozen pizzas doesn't mean that I wouldn't do up a big pan of lasagna on a Sunday or something like that. Jerk ops. The chicken bacon that they have can fuck right off. Right, Yako? New York pizza is like... It could be good if it had real toppings. Like, the sauce is not bad. The crust ain't bad at all. Yes, Yako. So it was not a fluke. It's pretty common for the crust to be undercooked with Domino's here. Possibly faxing. Possibly. I think everybody gets PTSD from dating experiences and then has to come out of it. I think everybody's got to work around it, work past it. Guys, remember how we were going to start Mario RPG today? Remember how we were going to start this today? Remember how that was the big plan? The other 10% was burnt. Right, okay. New York pizza is kind of weird for me, too, because the first time I had them, I was like, this really isn't bad. It's not really what I'm looking for when I got a craving for pizza, but it'll work. It'll, And then each time I got it, after that was worse and worse. Like, by the, I think, fourth try, I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm done. Their little bacon pizza rolls, even though it's fake bacon, the little rolls are not bad with marinara sauce. I play games here, Darklight, maybe one day a week. Maybe one day a week. They really are jerk ops. Interestingly enough, the Netherlands subreddit has, occasionally I see a post from an immigrant or, an expat worker or whatever, like, where can I get proper American pizza? Where's the best American pizza I can get over here? And I also see posts, well, what's with all these Italian pizzerias around here? Are any of them actually authentic? And in both cases, one place comes up as having both styles done well. And interestingly enough, on top of that, it's on my normal walking route. I've walked by it 100 times. One of these days, I'll stop in and eat there. One of these days. More patience than a Buddhist monk. Hey, you know what, Faxing? I'm not even going to tell that story. Never mind. Maybe Yako, because the first time I had it, I think, was at the pickup shop up near, like, practically next door to Kim's game shop. But the times since then have been down at my local shop. And the difference, now that you mention it, it might be a location and employee thing. I'll be spending a day up at the shop again soon. I forgot that Kim wanted me to come up and help with something and fix something and do something with their tech. So I should probably schedule that for the next week or two. Maybe I'll give them another shot while I'm up there. Okay, so Faxing, I met a girl online when she lived thousands of miles away. And by random coincidence, 3 months later, she moved to a house I could see from my upstairs bedroom window. We dated all through high school. New Year's Eve, 1999, I put a $10,000 ring on that girl's finger. It was also our 6-year anniversary. 4 months later, I had to dump her because she was a lying, cheating hoe bag. The end. There, I told you the story. Cabalzo, Casey's Pizza? I have not. Where is that?
We're being followed.
We're being followed. Welcome on in, Leadipus. Well, okay, so the move to live near me, we were both like teenagers. She was 2 years younger than me, and her father was supposed to take a job at a hospital in Pittsburgh. And that contract fell through at the last minute, but he was offered a contract at a different hospital, the hospital I was born in. So she disappeared from the internet with no word, no warning. We weren't dating at the time. She was just looking for somebody to practice English with because she was from Poland. She was going to be moving to America. She just wanted conversational practice. So we were just chit-chatting. One day she disappears. I'm like, okay, when she gets to Pittsburgh, gets settled in, gets an internet connection, she'll pop up and let me know how she's doing. Nothing. And then I'm sitting outside of my first period class, studying real quick for a test, and this girl walks up in the hallway and is like, so, where's the nurse's office? It was in another building on campus. I didn't want her to get lost. She was pretty cute. I said, I'll walk you there. Along the way, I ask about her accent. She's like, I'm from Poland. I'm like, I knew somebody from Poland. She asks me, well, tell me about them. We figure out it's fucking her. It was her. How's that for fucking coincidence? First friend I ever made on the internet. First day I was ever on the internet is when I met her. It's from a gas station in the Midwest. Okay. Casey's Pizza. No, I've never had, but I would definitely like some Casey's Pizza. I moved overseas, and I eat good over here. There's lots of good stuff, but sometimes I just miss something I either can't get here or I can get it here, but it's not quite the same, So I'm always on the hunt. I've always got a craving. Why the fuck am I recording? I didn't realize I was recording. All this time, OBS has been recording. Oh, I know why. Yeah, okay, I know why. I have been recording a lot of my off-stream gameplay lately, folks. Once I get a couple projects out of my hair, and get, once I get a couple projects out of my hair, I'm going to start cutting up some video, and we're going to bring that YouTube channel alive with some cleaned up gameplay footage. I'm going to be doing extended KSP missions. I'm going to be doing rocket design sessions where I'm figuring out how to make it all work. What's happening, Austin? I do the breathing. No, I do well. How about yourself? But yeah, that was one of the biggest coincidences of my life. First friend I ever made on the internet moved from Warsaw to fucking Parkersburg. And not only that, but she could have been at my high school for the next fucking 3 years and I would have never known. But random conversation started that one day. And the coincidence on top of that I could see her fucking house across the golf course from my upstairs window. So yeah, pretty fucking wild. Jerkops, I was always a space nerd as a kid, but then life got busy and I kind of fell off and wasn't really keeping up with what was going on or anything else. And then I started to pick up on, because I mean, space was really, really boring in certain ways for a long time there. The shuttle turned out to be a disappointment. And then the U.S. crewed spaceflight program pretty much ground to a halt, became non-existent. And so there just wasn't a whole lot to keep up with. But I picked up KSP just out of curiosity. Around the same time I started getting interested again because of what SpaceX and Rocket Labs and a couple of others are doing. Kurt Cobain haircut? No. Not cool enough to pull it off, trust me.
Subscribed again for all these stories. Oldman7 love, thanks Bob.
Yeah. Ruslanko, welcome in 11-month resub. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad an old man's stories can be entertaining for some of y'all. And faxing with a gift sub to this one guy I know. Thank you very much. That was a pleasant surprise. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So, folks, here's the deal. Because the capture card is being a bitch, and we won't be able to play this today, and I ran into the technical problems with the stream itself, and this is a temporary fix right here. Stream is going to be short today, and we don't have any particular plan. We're just going to chill for a little while, and then I'm going to get busy fixing everything and finally cleaning. I want everything fucking done. I'm tired of everything being half-assed. I want everything fixed. So that's what we're doing today. Juju is out at Oma's, so I got no time limits and no rush. You and Austin go way back? Wait. 50 years in Twitch time, right? And Ruslanko, you probably did. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward story. I was a dumb young guy. That's pretty much the core of the story. Oh, when you said Steph, Aniguel was my first guess. For some reason, I knew it was going to be Aniguel. I haven't heard her name in a long time, but somehow I knew it was going to be Aniguel. Not light reading. Right, Jerkops. I think that was part of the problem, is I was interested in it because it was Big Cool Machines as a kid, but when I hit my teens, Big Cool Machine was not enough and to hold my interest, and the science and the math and the engineering was more than I was ready to dig into. It was a little too much for me to stack on top of normal teen troubles. So it was like, But then, now that I have a little more time, well, not really. I'm very, very busy. But at the same time, life has slowed down in certain ways. So, like, I'm trying to find things to keep my brain active again. Yes, exactly, Jerkops. That's exactly the one. Okay, so I avoided YouTube for the most part all these years. I mean, like I'd watch a video if it was something interesting, but I did not have an account. I didn't follow any content creators. Now, this last couple years, I do. I started off with World War II history and just world history channels. And then I ran into the rocketry and space channels. And my fascination came back big time because there was this whole world of content. Anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes long each, sometimes longer, especially Everyday Astronaut. His are very long. He's a little long-winded sometimes, but very detailed. And I could consume it at my pace when I wanted to. So I could learn something while I was washing the dishes, just prop the phone up there on the windowsill over the sink and, do the dishes while I learn rocketry. And all of a sudden, I was back. Nirvana tattoo. Do you know, In Utero and Nevermind were the first... No, not In Utero. Insecticide. Insecticide and Nevermind were the first two albums I ever bought with my own money. The first two CDs I ever bought. Four years, Austin? Yup. Take 6 months off and get it all sorted? No. See, Chem Nerd, it's not that big of a job. Like, it's a couple 2 or 3 hours of fucking around with the PC stuff. Maybe 4 or 5 if I do everything, including permanently solving the capture card issue and fixing the overlays and all that. And maybe an hour or 2 of cleaning up here in the attic, and then it's all done. But the problem is, I just never feel like I have time. And when I do take time at night and trade sleep to do it, by that time, I'm kind of a zombie and brain dead, and I come up here and I end up just sort of spacing out. I just need to take like one afternoon and get everything up here done. And I just haven't gotten around to doing so. Yeah, it's not that bad. I need a day or 2 total for all the stream and attic stuff. And I need maybe 2 or 3 days for all the house stuff. Because I have to straighten up the shed to make room to clean out the closet under the stairs, which will then allow me to clean out the rest of the house because a lot of stuff needs to be put away in that closet, but it's chaos in there right now. So honestly, I just need about 4 or 5 days to just focus and I could get everything fucking done. But that's not going to happen. So I'm going to have to do it piecemeal. But I will get some of it done today. Right, Chem Nerd. That's what keeps happening. Is I take a night to do it, and then I'm a wreck for stream. But at night, I don't get a whole lot done. Sometimes I do, and like I have super motivated focus days. But other days, I come up here to sit and start work on stuff, and I just kind of zone out. It's not laziness. It's not even lack of motivation. It's just I'm tired by the time I get up here at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. You know? She tried to make a comeback, and then burnout got to her. Dingus! How you doing, Chief? How's the family? What's going on over there? And Kim Nerd, Kim and I were actually going to take Sunday and Monday, and she was going to work with me on not the attic stuff, but everything else, because she was off Sunday and Monday both, which was miraculous. But then she ended up sick, so we just took yesterday as a family day and hung around with the kid all day. We took a couple hours while the kid napped and watched a couple episodes of a show, because we average like 2 episodes a week, because we just don't get time or take time. So I do need to take some time, but it's pretty difficult to do. What's going on, Decisive? Decisive, you missed Rockets on Sunday. And we did cool stuff on Sunday. How you doing? Small family get-together this past weekend. Took Friday and Monday off. Nice. I hope you had a really, really good time. 7-hour drive. Yeah. Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it. But it was in a nice, new, safe vehicle, right? Right? I'm doing pretty well, Pyro. We had a major technical snag at the start of stream today. I was able to fix it, but it's a temporary fix. I'm going to have to work on it tonight. Had to work on Sunday. Well, Decisive, we took 200-ton... Okay, so 950-ton launch assembly. 200-ton main build out to Minmus. And we landed no landing legs. I'm talking big fucking rockets sitting on top of Rhino engines. And we practiced precision landings, and we planted 3 of them straight up on their tailpipes, balanced, within a couple hundred meters of each other on an ice sheet. And in the process, we took out some sky cranes and lowered rovers onto the surface. My first time doing that. So that was pretty cool. And our precision landings are getting better and better and better. How much would it cost to force me to take a day off to spend time with the fam? I do that. Whenever Kim has a day off that's not part of her regular scheduled days off, most of the time I skip the stream for the day. Unless it's just been a rough schedule for stream, for the preceding week, and then I don't, because I don't want to miss again. I've had time with the fam. I always need more time with the fam, though. Tomorrow would be a good day to take time off with the fam, because Kim is off. It is Valentine's Day. I did have a plan to do something with her tomorrow evening. So stream was not going to go too long tomorrow anyway. Jacob, how we doing, sir? How are you? I do most things for free if you take your pants off. It's true. Bermanovsky, what up, dude? Want to surprise her with a dinner? I cannot answer that because she's here in chat. She's working, but she might hear my answer. And, yes, I would, Chem Nerd. Yes, I actually would. I'm not asking you to. But yes, that would actually be a fucking deal. Oh no, Bermanovsky, I want to cook for her. I'm okay. I'm starting to get my legs under me a little bit. But we're not doing gifts this year, but I did plan on making her dinner, the same dinner I made for her on our first date. Alrighty, Dodont. Love you, man. Get out of here. Go enjoy work if you can. Jacob is evil today? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Yeah. Buy yourself some flowers, Faxing? You gotta be kidding me.
Enjoy your day. Wait, that didn't sound right.
You gotta be kidding me, Chem Nerd. That is immense. Thank you immensely. That definitely covers the dinner and things I had in mind for tomorrow. Perfect, sir. Thank you. You have a deal. I may or may not stream tomorrow, but if I do, it'll be short, just a few hours, and I'll head down and do the things with Babe before it gets late. And I may just take tomorrow off. What if I made today a short day and worked on these things tonight, and then take tomorrow off and work on more of the things, and then tomorrow evening do the plans with Babe? That sounds like a really good plan. And Chem Nerd, you just made it possible, sir. Thank you. Bacon Dingus? Actually, don't even need to DM you naughty Valentine's pics, but I might, if you're into that. And enjoy your VD. Yes, that did not sound right at all, sir. Jesus. Oh, God. Chem Nerd out here making Valentine's Day for us. That is fucking awesome. And Dingus, on our first date, for those who do not know, my first date with Kim was an 8-day stay at an Airbnb because she flew from over here in the Netherlands to meet me. She flew into Columbus, Ohio, and we stayed for 8 days at an Airbnb that was part of the home of a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Yes, a guy in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame runs the upstairs apartment that he had done up for one of his kids in the past as an Airbnb. And it was fucking awesome. Really, really cool guy. They had a beautiful garden and just all this greenery out back off the patio. A couple of different times we asked, well, where's a good place to go swimming? And he would say the best place is too far away for an Uber. I'll drive you there. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer frickin' drove us to go to the lake and stuff. Awesome guy. And when we got back from the lake that night, I grilled her up a steak. Dingus, you're from near there? Not wearing any pound pants, Rousen. Not a big old sausage. No, she got that before we went to the lake, and she also got it when we got back before we cooked dinner. How we doing, Rousen? I thought about bugging the guy to play to whip out a guitar and play some music for us, but he was already being too cool, and I didn't want to push our luck. You know what I mean? Dingus, I was less fat back then, so it was a bigger sausage than it is now. I can say that much for sure, at least. I think I lost an inch due to belly fat during COVID. Al Petrelli? Okay. Military school. Okay. Neat. I ran around the beach for a week one summer with a girl who said she was Johnny Cash's niece. I have met Hillary Clinton, John Kerry, Alan Greenspan, a bunch of political figures, a bunch of political figures I've met. Y'all remember Ron Paul? How many remember Ron Paul? How many here remember Ron Paul? I damn near dated one of his granddaughters. Yeah, Rand's dad. Former Texas Congressman Ron Paul. Do I regret meeting Miss Clinton? No, it was hilarious. I insulted John Kerry to his face, and she was next in the handshake line, and she turned away from me because she just didn't want to deal with it. It was amazing. I got Hillary Clinton to fucking intentionally dodge me at a fucking fundraiser. Do it, faxing. Get that haircut. Yeah, jerk ops. Ron Paul was very memeable. Very memeable. Yeah. I was connected to Ron Paul's presidential campaign. Rand is a sack of shit. Rand is tap dancing on the line of being a traitor. Maybe he's even crossed it. Looks like he probably has. But Ron was a genuinely decent human being. Some of his policies, not the most modern and progressive, but a genuinely decent human being. Hello, Brandy. How are you doing, lady? What are you doing, lady? They are, Bermanovsky. They are. I've done campaign work at all levels, from presidential down. I was a regional coordinator for presidential campaigns. I was campaign manager for directly in charge of campaigns for some local, like, county offices. I served on a executive committee for a couple of for a political party in a couple of different states. No, Dingus. One of them tried to fluff me. Actually, no, a politician didn't try to fluff me, but boy, oh boy, that lady who was chairman of the Michigan, well, she was vice chairwoman of the Michigan party. I won't say which party at the time, and boy, oh boy, did we have a fun summer. No, Bermanovsky, I legit did serious campaign work. So, okay, so Dingus, when I was 20, I lived in Detroit, and I wanted to get politically active. I had always been very ideological and very opinionated. I wanted to get politically active, so I was searching around for local politicians or state-level politicians that I could volunteer for their campaigns and so on. I wanted to find somebody that I could believe in and do some good work for. Came across this woman who was vice chairwoman of the state party and was running for state board of education. Like I said, I was 20. She was in her 40s. I built her campaign website and took care of some other IT-related things for her. We ended up dating secretly through the summer. And then she got a little tipsy at a Macomb County fundraiser and made our relationship a little too obvious at one point. And a reporter for the Detroit Free Press happened to get a picture. Yeah. And that was the end of her political career. Keep in mind, this woman was running for State Board of Education and was twice my age. The headline in the next day's newspaper was, "Blank blank loves the kids," with a picture of her pushing me up against the wall in the parking lot. Yeah, there you go. Sit on the presidential staff. I kind of understand that, Bermanovsky, but clarify for me. Something about it's better to learn on an old bike. So I didn't miss anything there. I got it. All right. See, my Dutch is improving. My Dutch is finally improving. I mean, okay, so my introduction to this woman was a little awkward to begin with because she ran a small chain of maternity supply shops. And the first time I went to meet her was in one, and she was giving a breast pump demonstration to a potential customer. I was like, well, your new IT guy has now seen your tits. Hi, how you doing? Doc Strange, what's up, man? Perfect intro. I walk into the maternity shop. I hear NPR on, and I'm like, all right, so, I'm in the right place. I mean, who the fuck listens to NPR unless they're political? I stroll towards the back looking for her. I was told to look for the tall woman with, the short pixie cut. Okay, sounds good. And I walk back there, and she's just got her fucking blouse up, and she's like, yep, it's a suction cup. You put it on, and I'm like, hi. So, making banana bread? Nice, I want banana bread. Before you start talking more weird shit. Folks. Do we want more old man stories, or do y'all have some stories to tell? Gonna play Helldivers 2? I've heard that's going over pretty well. Like, I never played the first one or paid any attention to it. I just don't really do shooters. But I heard, the first one was obviously not bad. And yeah, number 2 seems to be jumping here. No faxing. I think Bill just saw it as an easy way to get some dome. Which one, Bermanovsky? Shemko, I'm always winning. How are you? Oh, I own it. I played like the first level and I was done. It was gifted to me specifically to play just long enough to shit all over it and then quit. shit mushy. Whoops. How's it feeling today? No mechs, but big-ass bugs and nukes. I did see a couple of short clips of it from Reddit last night and today. Oh, yeah, Pshemko. Yeah. His comments have triggered NATO leaders to actually... Like, that was such a dangerous and irresponsible statement of his. That, like, NATO is actually making moves as a result. Fucking insanity. Well, no, Pshemko. Of course he won't defend Poland. Don't you remember? Putin said, and Putin is a smart, smart man, that Poland started World War II. So, of course, Trump wouldn't do a damn thing for Poland, despite having a 3.9% GDP spend. Believe me, I know the numbers. I pay attention. 3.9% GDP. Big WoW streamer was commenting on a Diablo 4. I did not, Bermanovsky. Why? What's up? What about it? Solo play is real hard? Really? I did, Dingus. I moved to Europe and grabbed all the ladies. Pankin. Does it surprise me? No. At all. Welcome in, by the way. Oh, yeah, Pshemko. Yeah. What I wonder is, was something lost or twisted in the translation? Or did Putin actually say what it appears he said? About how Hitler had big goals for his people, and Poland just wouldn't cooperate and left him no choice. So Poland started the war. Is that actually what he fucking said? Or did something get lost in translation here? Oh, you can, Bermanovsky. You can say them. It's fine. I don't have any of that. Some streamers, don't like other streamers mentioned because, oh no, I might lose a viewer if they go watch somebody else. Nah, fuck that. Nobody on this platform is entitled to viewers. And if 90% of you suddenly found out there was somebody else in this same time slot that you liked better, I would be a sad man and my life would change as a result, but nobody's entitled to viewers, so you can say names. Gifted a game just to play it once and hate on it? Must have been Starfield. That game was not gifted to me. A Steam key was given to me by a Bethesda guy. Trying to make me some steak. Oh, it was Asmon. Okay. All right. I've got a good friend who references Asmon streams very frequently. I have never seen the guy's streams. I've only seen a couple of clips when they bubble up to the top on Reddit. But yeah, apparently he's... Yeah, the guy who... From everything I hear about him, he's a very nice guy and pretty smart and very entertaining. But he's got a lot of problems and does not take care of himself and is... But whatever, He's making it on Twitch. I hope he's happy. I hope everybody enjoys his content. Good for him. Good for them. Bermanovsky, the viewer count doesn't matter to me. It's how busy the chat is. It's like there's a guy that I watch pretty frequently. I just hit my 2-year sub-anniversary, actually. We raid him frequently, Handy Capable Sean. You know, he's sitting in the 350, 450 viewer range, but his chat is relaxed enough, slow-paced enough that I can keep up. You know, I can jump into the conversation. It's not just memes and emotes, you know, on a mad scroll. There's actually a conversation to be had there. So it really depends on that. Baldy guy I was talking about was Asmund. Right? I kind of figured. Right, Dingus. He's making good money on the Twitch thing here, but like he won't move to you know, a better residence. He won't do anything about what's he got, like severe dental problems, and just things, and he just doesn't do anything to upgrade himself for his life. And that's his choice. This is not a criticism. I don't know the guy. I don't know his deal. I just know what my friend who watches him says. Yeah, Burbanovsky, I find 50 to be the start of my limit if it's a busy chat. 50 people, 50 to 80 people, if it's busy, is enough where conversation starts to get a little broken. Yeah, Stusius. Right. And here's the thing. What blew my mind most about it was not just the insanity of the comments themselves, but them coming from the Russian leader. How many fucking Russians died in that fucking war, defending their territory? What were the numbers? 20 million dead Russians between military and civilian? Like, and the thing is, his justification for going into Ukraine was because there were Nazis there. Well, now 2 years later, you're fucking defending Nazis. The fuck? Hi, Rainis. Cook dinner? Righto, Bermanovsky. Right, Decisive. And at that point, a big streamer has to be able to just talk off the top of their head and ramble the whole stream and be interesting, engaging, and entertaining, or they have to have some sort of supreme game skill that you're there to be amazed and impressed by. So, indeed, Shemko. You're here for the chest hair? There, you got what you wanted. Okay, there it is. There it is, he says. But yeah, when I saw those Putin comments, something in my brain broke. I've been wanting to take the time to go find a transcript in the original Russian. I didn't even look at the interview. I don't know, was Putin using English the whole time? I don't fucking know. But I wanted to go look at the original transcript and, if necessary, run it through a translator or find some alternate translations. Dave, yo, what up? What's the news? Cody? You think you are. Let's see you land a 200-ton rocket straight up and down, balanced on its Rhino engine. And then do it again 194 meters away. Oh, do you, Cody? Not much chilling? Yeah, Pshemko. I get that there's the oppressive nature of things, but I think the crackdown on dissent during the war has led to a situation where Putin doesn't even have to try to make his statements jibe with each other from one day to the next. Whatever he says, everybody, you just fine whatever that day, fine whatever. So, really fucked. Yeah. We're going into Ukraine to take care of a Nazi problem. 2 years later, oh, Hitler wasn't the problem. Poland just wouldn't cooperate with his big goals. It was Poland's fault. By the way, I want to say thank you again to our main man, Chemnerd. He did the thing that enables me to feel okay about doing some things. Very important things. What up, Girth? What's happening? Jack Diddley shit. I'm having capture card issues, so we can't start Mario RPG today. I'll have to fix it tonight. So we're just chilling for a little while before I start getting a bunch of shit done and caught up. How about yourself? Yeah, Pshemko, and it was really fucked up how the timing worked. I mean, for me personally. Oh, Europe would be great. Let's go. You know, no. I move over here, and within 3 fucking months, World War III threatens to start. Within 3 months, there's a fucking war, a major armed conflict on the continent closer to me than Chicago was when I lived in America. Yeah, interesting time to move to Europe. Spent the whole fucking... I spent the first 6 months I was here already calculating ways to get Kim out and back to America with me if something really fucking went wrong. I will, Dingus. I will fix it. It's fixable. It's fixable. That's not a problem. I just don't remember what I did last time to fix it. And I didn't want to like sit here and panic and freak out for an hour while I jumped through hoops trying to get it done so I could stream. I just figured we'd do a little throwaway stream here and I'd fix it after. You're very well. Excellent. Dave. Hate the fact we gave Ukraine so much damn money while the... Decisive. The U.S. has not given Ukraine a whole lot of money. What the U.S. has given Ukraine is a bunch of military equipment that was sitting in storage and was already scheduled for decommissioning and destruction. The vast majority of what the U.S. has given Ukraine has been 30-year-old mothballed military equipment. David, welcome in. Stuff that was either going to get sold or melted down or dumped somewhere. Exactly, Pshemko. Exactly. And the spending on Ukraine, yeah, it's a lot of money, but in the big picture, it's a minuscule amount that added nothing to inflation. There is value in that old gear. And I'll tell you what that value is, Decisive, and it's just my opinion. But the value in that old gear is letting Ukraine use it to grind down Russian forces and weaken the Russian military for a generation to come. The money and equipment and supplies and personnel that Russia has burned through in Ukraine means helps mean that Russia's less likely to make an aggressive move in the future that the U.S. would have to get tangled up in. We're basically giving away outdated junk by U.S. military standards and getting an opportunity to see untested equipment finally tested on an actual battlefield against the exact enemy it was designed for, which, when else do you get to do that other than a direct, face-to-face conflict with that adversary? And we get to drain Russia, bleed Russia without a single U.S. life. Right, the replenishment does mean a lot more jobs. But yes, the U.S. should spend more on support programs for its citizens. And on top of that, there's also just the simple fact that we fucking promised. We made a deal with Ukraine. I don't even think it was open for fair debate whether we should support Ukraine on this. We promised them back in the early 90s when they handed over the nukes, the old Soviet nukes that were in Ukraine's possession after the collapse of the Soviet Union. That was part of the deal. They said, we're sitting on them. There are only self-defense. Not that we want to use them, but nobody's going to attack us as long as we have them. And we said, what if we came in and said, we will support you if you are ever attacked, as long as you give those up. That was the fucking deal we made with them. And we have to honor that deal. We absolutely have to honor that treaty. Right, Cabalzo. Right. I have absolutely no problem with ramping up social spending in the U.S. I don't live there anymore, and never will again, but the U.S. obviously needs some domestic support programs. But aid to Ukraine is not the reason we're not getting them. Even if we didn't give Ukraine a single bullet, nothing would have changed for healthcare and food prices in America, education prices, housing prices. None of that would have changed. The U.S., there's a lot of military spending that could be cut to provide those things. But Ukraine aid had little to nothing to do with any of it. But I agree with Decisive's core sentiment that it does suck to be giving away hundreds of billions of dollars, whether it's dollars or old equipment or anything else, when your own citizens are struggling. That is not a good picture for any country. Period. But here's my proposal. Audit the Department of Defense. Find out where these trillions have disappeared to over the years. Put a stop to it. Claw some of it back from the companies that have overcharged and committed contract fraud and all kinds of things. And in doing so, you can cut overall defense spending significantly and then turn that into social spending. Oh yeah, Decisive. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that completely. I worry about that because my mother is 65 years old. And before I moved here, I was becoming part of her support system. And I'm unable to do that now. and she is living on a Social Security check. And I wonder what her nutrition is like these days. So I hear you on that. Yeah, Cabalzo, right. And the last figure I heard was somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 trillion unaccounted for over the last couple decades. Although, I could be off on that. Decisive, the other thing about grocery prices is it's not just inflation, it's greed. These companies are saying, well, we got to raise prices because of inflation. We got to shrink portions because of inflation. And yet they're reporting the highest profits in their history. The biggest executive bonuses in their history, etc., etc. So it's not Ukraine spending. It's not even inflation. It's corporate greed. That's the core problem with your grocery prices. There was, and to some degree still is, an inflation problem. But prices jumped in the U.S. in a way... Yes, David, exactly. Well, I've got a critical resource that everybody needs, so I'm a big man, and I can demand any price I want because that's fair market value. Fair market value is whatever the market will bear. And therefore, fuck hungry people. If I want to charge $8 for a box of cornflakes, that's my right. Yeah, Decisive. Yeah. Two things are happening at the same time here that are very, very bad. Public trust, a few factors are lining up here. Public trust in news organizations is evaporating. Public trust in social media is on shakier ground than it used to be, but at the same time is rising. It seems like it's in a weird flux state. Social media is, the narrative on social media is controlled more and more by troll farms, bots, AI, and adversarial governments and organizations. And news organizations are going broke. Newsrooms are facing massive layoffs. So actual objective news, or as close to objective news as we've had, is going to evaporate over the next several years, while the misinformation on social media grows. So everything's pretty fucked. Howdy, Liz. Charging more for less. Yep. Shrinkflation. Gotta love it. It works, Liz. It works. I still need to do the shelves back here. But, you know, I like to keep things nice and simple. Nice and clean. Except for the shelves. I know, Pankin. But we could be listening to the Majula theme. And that would be even more doom and gloom. Is this conversation dull, or boring, or depressing, or bringing people down? Be honest. Be honest, folks. You don't feel any different, David? Yeah, but I'm going to be honest. You're always the pessimist. So I wouldn't expect you to feel any different, buddy. Oh, boy. Lesbianity. Pankin, I'm sorry today has taken a serious angle. But you know, I struggle with some of these topics because there's layers of complexity within layers of complexity. I struggle not to get too rigid or self-assured in my positions and opinions. But I worry about a lot of these things because I have an 18-month-old daughter who has to grow up on this planet. And I wonder whether she's going to have drinking water. I wonder whether we're going to have to abandon this country due to a continental war. I worry about what the weather is going to be like and the quality of life as a result by the time she's college age. You're okay, Pankin. Cody. Good EU farm protest. That's such a complicated issue, too. Right, David. That is a reduction to absurdity. The idea that either one of them is the core problem and that the machine would just run smoother if they were gone. Mad Max here in 20 years? Probably, Pshemko. Actually, from what I understand, Northern Europe is supposed to get colder and colder as a result of global warming. But with short, very hot summers. Very hot summers. $39 years of crude oil left in the world. Right. I think we probably have more than that. I think they will find a lot more. There's some large deposits that haven't been measured or tapped yet and so on. So, I've seen estimates anywhere between 50 years and 150 years, depending on our usage levels and the rate of discovery of new supplies. But, so what does that tell us? That tells us we need to move our asses on other energy sources. And we're seeing some encouraging numbers on that. I don't have any numbers off the top of my head, but apparently solar and other cleaner energies are growing market share much faster in this last year or two. And in fact, some of that is credited to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, because a lot of Europe was dependent on Russian natural gas, and due to sanctions had to speed up procuring other suppliers while ramping up their own domestic clean energy programs. Clone up some dinosaurs. Where are my fucking clone dinosaurs? Got birds, that's good enough. I disagree. I want motherfucking raptors. Is it 4 times the cost? I mean, I know transport is expensive, but exchange rates between the dollar and European currencies have shifted a lot in the last couple years. Yeah, Pankin. No, Liz, I want big raptors. I want velociraptors. Oh, yeah, Cody. Yep. I had a brother who worked oil patch, drilling crew, just briefly, and then he switched to a pipe fitting work through the union, and is now doing other industrial sites. But yeah, the wastage, the methane leaks, the burn-offs. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. I want them contained, Dave. I don't want them running wild. Cody, Dino Crisis. Isn't that basically Resident Evil, just a completely different setting and scenario? But isn't the gameplay pretty much OG Resident Evil? Old big Velociraptor ski. A big fucking fence, Dave, and I didn't say fucking T-Rexes and Allosaurs and shit. I said raptors. They're not that big. God damn it. My girlfriend has Bermanovsky. I do, Cody. Liz, I get bullied by an emu most Thursdays when I walk Juju to daycare. There's one emu that does not like me. He comes over to the fence. He growls at me. Have you ever heard an emu growl? They vocalize in a very deep, rough, threatening way.
The pain was unimaginable. And then his stick fell off.
Hello, Mr. Firefox. Yes, it does. You doing okay today, buddy? Talk to us. Let me see if I can find an emu sound. The sound of the emu. Let's see here.
I'm the baddest motherfucker on Twitch.
Excuse me, Pshamko, we're trying to hear something here. Thank you, sir.
Hey! None of that shit around here! Hey! None of that shit around here!
You know what? Fuck y'all.
Hey!
Fuck
None of
y'all.
that shit around here!
Fuck y'all. I have not, Liz. Sounds like somebody farting underwater. Exactly, Dave. And this motherfucker comes over to the fence, and he turns his head sideways so he can stare at me with that one eye. And he just eyeballs me. And he has not pecked at me, but he's made lunging moves, both with his chest and with his beak. Motherfucker does not like me. Aw, Chris, buddy. I'm sorry. Is there anything we can do to cheer you up today a bit? I don't know, Dave. I haven't seen him interact with anybody else. Okay, wait, we gotta... Hold on, I gotta open that in a different browser. Dave, I'm interested in the sounds of a T-Rex. I'm not interested in random meme videos. There's a difference. Darklight, I would eat that motherfucker. Named Toon debating flat earthers. Oh. Decisive, there's a streamer I watch sometimes late at night. I don't like them. They used to hang out here until I banned them. They didn't even do anything to get banned. I could just tell by their... First time I saw their stream, I said, I don't want them hanging around here. But I go lurk there silently sometimes and listen to them because they're insane. They're a huge Trump supporter. And they spend all stream just bringing up Twitter posts and shit that prove their conspiracies. They're a huge QAnon fucking loser and all of that. Interesting, Liz. Interesting. Don't even know why you're down like this. I don't know, buddy. Big head, little arms. By the way, Nano, welcome in. Yeah, Chem Nerd. It's like I'm not trying to attack another streamer or, hate train their channel or anything, so I never say who they are. But in the mod channel, sometimes we lurk on on this person's stream and just we laugh in mod talk about what the fuck this guy is saying. It's insane. Absolutely insane. It's my brother, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's pretty wild. Like, this guy goes on a few nights a week calling for Hillary Clinton to be lined up on the fucking wall and shot. And the deep state and Kennedy's alive and all of this stuff. It just blows my mind. And this guy's blowing up. This guy has fucking partner numbers. This guy averages, the last time I looked, which has been a while, this guy is averaging like 120, 150 viewers. But they haven't made partner, and I'm sure it's because Twitch rejects their partner application because why wouldn't you? Exactly, Liz. Liz knows who I'm talking about. The Thunderdome. Hello, Professor Jason. Nice to see you. How we doing over there? Cody. The low-quality clone stuff. Oh, mushy. I wish I could share. But it just, it's just one of those lines you don't cross. I'm talking shit about the streamer because he's fucking Looney Tunes, so I ain't gonna say a name. That's just not what you do on this platform. Plenty of people do. I think it's in poor taste. Kind of Kinger, he's kind of touched on it a little bit. Yo Soy Epic, yes, that's who it is. It's Yo Soy Epic. Oh, yay, Dave. Yay. Yeah, that's not surprising, but lovely. Yeah, I don't know what their deal with Hillary is, Chris. It's like this obsession that she is the root of all the evil. Her and George Soros are the root of all evil on Earth. Right, Chem Nerd? Exactly. A lot of things are Demo's fault. I mean, generally speaking. Mushy. So what do y'all think? Honest question. Am I too careful? Do y'all feel that it's in poor taste to name a streamer that I'm mocking? I mean, lots of streamers do reaction content and, start up beefs and drama with other streamers and, so on. That's not what I'm asking, because that's not what I would do in the first place. But, right, Liz, right. Right. I'm not going to. Like, even if y'all said, no, it's fine, I still wouldn't do it, but I just wanted y'all's take on it. Decisive, I generally agree when you're calling somebody out for being a liar or a fraud or being dead wrong on things, or, if it's fact-based, then sure, in principle, nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, I am responsible for what happens in this channel. And if people from this channel go over there after I make comments and start harassing and insulting that streamer, then that's on me, right? Ruslanko. I get it. We jump around a lot. We jump around a lot of different topics. Never shit talk people, it's crime? Fuck that, I'm American. We got free speech. Right, Jason. Generally, I agree. Attack the idea, not the person. If the person is a particularly egregious distributor of those ideas, then I think the line becomes a little more fuzzy. But even still, I don't like to. Oh, OMB, he's a fucking dork, a loser, a failure. He's ugly, he's fat. He's not entertaining. He's kind of an asshole. Well, even Americans understand limitations on free speech. Like, we have a principle in American speech law. You can't shout fire in a crowded theater just because you wanted to. You can't say things that endanger people and cause problems, Don't need to tell us what we already know. I know, Dingus, the chest hair is glorious. Yeah, Mushy. If I did similar things, I would handle it similarly. I do think horrible people deserve to be called out for being horrible. But I would not do that if I were a person who had a social media following that may then go attack that person. Unless that person is in an influential position in politics or business or law or something like that, then yes, I would. Because then it comes down to a matter of public good, and fuck that. Attack that person. Call them out. Name them. But if they're just a content creator doing their thing, making their living, having their fun, pursuing their hobby, whatever, and they're just a piece of shit or they're dead wrong, whatever. Fuck them. Decisive? Yes, that would make sense. Like saying bomb of the airport. You know what would be cool, Cody? You shutting the fuck up. You know what else would be cool? Me fixing the capture card tonight. Right, Chris. Right. Cody? But then we wouldn't have had this enlightening, educational, and meaningful conversation. I've heard about it, Liz. I've heard about it. Yeah. Right, jerk ops. Or it's taken out of context, or the person, said, well, if I was a shitbag, I would say X, Y, or Z, and then only the X, Y, or Z part gets clipped. Yeah, things like that happen a lot. Decisive, I was thinking about rockets today. I'm thinking about it. It's possible. It's possible we'll do something. But I'm also thinking that Chemnerd literally paid me to take time off for family and to get my stream stuff fixed and caught up because I'm so far behind on the attic and some stream-related tasks. So it is entirely possible. We'll see how things go here in a little bit. But we'll see. It is entirely possible that I will cut out early and just go get stuff done and get some stuff ready for tomorrow. Llama motherfucking salami, sir. How are you? What's going on, Chief? Yeah, I saw that, Chris. I did see that clip. Folks, go follow Llama motherfucking salami. One of these days, he'll play some more Outer Wilds, and until then, you can space out on some shooters with him. Get my VD planned. Well, I've got an order in to the butcher that I can pick up today or tomorrow, Chemnerd. And a couple things to grab at the grocery store. And if I go to the city today, which I'm thinking about making a quick run to the city to hit a shop, now that I got a little more budget to play with, I might go see about something for Babe on top of making her dinner. I wish, Darklight. I got a couple of big, beautiful steaks, and I'm going to make some garlic mash, and I'm even going to make her some spinach on the side. I don't eat spinach. She loves it. Planning a hit, yeah. You beat Witcher 3 last night. Nice. No, she doesn't like flowers because expensive for something that only lasts a short time. The flowers die. A lot of the flowers are toxic for the cats. She's told me not to get her flowers. She's told me that for years. Working away the day. Getting lunch ready. What's for lunch? Same, Decisive. And same on BG3. Spoken like a true cat owner. There we go. Yeah, if you have a large platform and you are actually influencing people into fucking shit up, then yeah, absolutely be called out by name. I'll send everybody in this chat to go fuck up. You know. They are, Cabalzo. Yes, they are. You feel the same and your cat fucking eats everything. Well, Sissy tries to eat. Kim does a lot of flowers and potted plants out on the balcony each summer. And Sissy goes out and eats leaves and stems and then pukes up hair and leaf balls in the house overnight. So, hi, Posey. What's up, guy? Practical gifts? Yeah. 167 hours in BG3. I have, I don't even know how many, but I'm in the middle of Act 3 and I just stopped playing in mid-December when the KSP2 update dropped. Yeah, Liz, exactly. Yeah, jerk-ups. Deflower you, Posey. Jesus Christ. Ceramics with that 26-month resub. Sir, how are you doing? Welcome on in. What's your girlfriend's progress in Dark Souls? I want to know. I'm curious. There's a practical gift arriving for me today. Glitch Loading, our buddy Glitch Loading, ordered me an iFixit toolkit, and it should be here today. I am excited. That's a very practical gift. Take some nectar if you're offering. Got to... Nice. Only fought once. Was it late and she said I'll come back to it? Or was it, oh, fuck this. I don't know if I want to continue. You better take care of yourself, Posey. And by the way, I saw your message. I was going to get back to you tonight. You got to take care of yourself, buddy. Oh, ceramics. I have done that coming back to stream after a break so many times. Like, I'll stop at Andre or whatever and be like, all right, I'm going to go take a pisser. I'll set the controller down. You know, and then the trigger gets hit, either setting it down or picking it back up. And it's like, well, fuck. Doesn't seem discouraged? Very good. Exactly what happened. Got up to use the bathroom. Yeah, Chris, I'm pretty excited about it. Because, I mean, we've got screwdrivers and stuff around here, but I don't really have a toolkit. It's like normal size screwdrivers. I don't really have a small electronics kit or anything like that. And I've been putting off getting one just because, I don't know, just don't want to spend the money. I've always got other things to spend money on. So this is going to be very cool. Especially since... I've got to rebuild 3 PCs. I've got to rebuild 3 PCs over the next week, folks. Ah, cool, ceramics. Sif is a deceptively difficult fight. Deceptively difficult. I want to rebuild this PC. It's fine. I just want to redo the cable management. The encoder PC, I want to redo the liquid cooler. I want to flip the block on it and redo the cable management. And then the third machine is for Beardman Pro. I have built a PC for Beardman Pro from here in chat. He's a local fella, local friend. And his machine is built, but it's lacking SSD and RAM. Everything else is parts I already had here. But it's built just to make sure it boots up and it's working and it's fine. But then I have to strip and rebuild it once those parts come in, before I hand it over to him. Oh, Liz, did you see my Sif? Did you see my Sif statue? I think you have. I think you saw it on Show and Tell a week or two ago. Jerkops, that's smart. That's smart. Oh, you did, Liz. Okay, I thought so. Nano. So, a couple years ago, I upgraded the stream PC, and I had the spare parts, or the old parts, sitting on a shelf unused. And then a few months ago, we upgraded it again, so I had another batch of spare parts sitting around. And then my sponsor, Fractal Design, excellent gear. Trust me, I use it. It's the only reason I took the sponsorship, because I actually use their stuff. They sent me some parts to complete a build. So we took last year's stream build and built a second PC as a dedicated encoder for the PC, but it sits in the living room as a media center for our living room TV, a smart home management hub, a living room gaming PC, and the dedicated stream encoder. So yes, I've got 3 pretty decent PCs sitting here, but one of them is being sold. And by the way, I'm selling it to this guy for cheap, because he's a friend. I went looking around on like the local equivalent of Craigslist. I could probably get twice as much out of it, but that's okay. He's a friend. I want to hook him up. I want to hook him up nicely. Walk all the way back. Wait. Do you know that for a long time I didn't think you could get back until after you beat ONS? I thought you were stuck in Anne Orlando. I did not know that if you went back up to where you got dropped off, you'd get carried back. She's playing it on the Switch. So you can watch and giggle. Nice. Nice. By the way, speaking of gaming and partners, I fixed the encoder PC. You guys may have noticed, some of you may be aware, that we've had a random reboot problem. Nothing in the logs. Nothing at all in the logs. Nothing apparently wrong. No temperatures, no software crashes, no kernel panics, no nothing. Just random power cycling and booting back up on its own. I fixed it. So now that it's fixed, I'm going to give it a week. No, it turned out it wasn't the BIOS. Turns out it was a very, very, very weird failed Windows install. I still don't know what the root of the problem was. All I did was reinstall and stay away from the Wi-Fi drivers because they did seem to be related to the problem. And we've had no problems since then. So I'm going to give it a week to see if it stays stable. And once it does, once we're over that hump, Kim and I are going to start couch co-oping Baldur's Gate 3 together. I am super excited. She and I have not played a video game together since we did Bloodborne Chalice Dungeons on stream 4 years ago. So I'm really looking forward to co-oping BG3 with her. On top of that, I don't think she knows D&D mechanics very well, and I did not at all. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to make her be party leader. We must accept the outcome of dice rolls, no save scumming. I will not tell her which decisions to make. She will control the story as much as the dice allow. And I want to see where this goes. All that porn, I mean chest hair. Did not know how to unlock the elevator shortcut. Oh, God. I actually find it harder going down Sense Fortress than up. You know what, Pankin? Yes, we did a Sekiro race, but we weren't playing together. We were playing against each other. And it wasn't a multiplayer thing anyway. We haven't actually played a game together in 4 years. It'll be great, Jason. It'll be great, trust me. I want to see who she romances. If it isn't somebody who resembles me, we're going to have problems. No, Decisive, it's just going to be couples time. Sitting down on the couch, not up here at the stream PC. We don't get to spend a lot of time together. She works a lot, and when she's off, I stream because she's off, and so she can watch the kid. Like yesterday was a rare treat. She was off, and I didn't have a stream schedule, and we actually spent the whole day just downstairs hanging out together. We have not done that since, I don't know, months ago. Oh, Dave, they accepted your invite? Yeah, jerk ops, exactly. Pankin, that's the idea, is that we'll put down the controllers at some point, because we do have the couch. And I even have a shortcut on my phone home screen that locks out the home cameras, the living room camera, because her mom has access, remote access to the living room camera. So I even have a button on my home screen that turns that off. Definitely not a date, Dave. Definitely not a date. Ceramics, the one halfway up. Yeah, the one that's very hidden. Right. I actually forgot all about that one because I haven't used it in so long. But yeah, on your first time or 3 doing sends, it's so good to have that bonfire. Titties, I am old, and you're getting old too. So you deal with it, sir. How's the family over there? We don't have a bedroom camera yet, dingus. I do want to get another 2 or 3 pack of those cameras, though. I want to put a second one in the living room to get the rest of the coverage into the dining room and kitchen. And I want to put one of them up here in the stream room. And I wouldn't mind having one in our bedroom. Dingus, I don't even remember the brand. It's some like small no-name brand, but it's Tapo standard. So I have a few different third-party apps that can access and control them. Which ones are these? They're C200s, but I forget the maker. Also, keep in mind, brand and product availability may be different over here. So, it's a TP-Link. It's a TP-Link. We've had them, we've had this 2-pack installed for over a year. They've been very good. They've been very reliable. Quality's decent. Tupac. Dear Mama. Yeah, I've been hearing about, I came across those cameras. Yeah, it looks exactly like those, except I think these are cheaper. Yeah, these are more expensive. These are almost twice the price. I got a 2-pack for like $50 of the current ones, and these look to be about 40 or 50 each. But I really like it. I talk to Juju through the camera all the time. Lurk Away and Nano. These TP-Link C200s Decisive are the ones I'm using. Dingus, the only reservation I have with these cameras is TP-Link had a reputation for a while for having backdoors in their products, but I think that was mostly just their routers, and I think that was in the past. No, Chris, it's a one-way. That she does not have a screen to see me. But I can talk to her, and she can talk to me. We do have two-way microphones. Tapo is their new one. Casa is the old one. Okay. And it's turned out to be really handy because there are sometimes she will wake up and I can actually just tell her through the camera, "Hi, baby. Good morning. Are you awake or do you want to lay back down?" And she will just dive and go back down for another hour. I love it. How old is he? Is she? Ceramic, she is 18 months. 18 months already. This was us this morning. That's us having breakfast this morning. Wow, Dingus, Jesus. Yes, Jacob. 18 months. She is cool. She is so freaking cool. And she's just like her old man, by the way. She's just like her old man. Okay? There she is on her changing pad, reading a magazine. Just like her old man. Dingus, can you not use a third-party app to access and control them and so forth? Really, Dingus? Dead. Cause I can. Like, I don't even need the app at all with these ones. I use VLC shortcuts to open different cameras, you know, because you can access them over the IP. Oh, for the Amazon ones? Okay. Yeah, these are IP accessible. In fact, where did it go? Wait, why does it not work? Oh, I know why. Hold on. Well, I think I came across some complaints about that during, while I was researching cameras. Actually, now that you mention it. One 186. In fact, what are you doing, OBS? Why does it not access the camera? Lurg away, Titus. Little bathroom reading, exactly. Why is this not working? Hold on. Well, that works. That completely works. So what's the problem here? Oh, I see. Got a typo in the IP address. Yeah, that's one of these cameras, Dingus. Excellent quality. The only thing that sucks on it is the microphone and like the audio throughput is sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's choppery. No, with this one, you can just hold the button and talk for as long as you want. Supposedly. Linka, thank you. Nice to see you. How you been? Look at this boy. Look at this boy demanding attention, squeezing himself in there. We are doing very good, Linka. Yeah, for the price, I can't complain, Dingus. I can access them when I'm out and about. They have onboard memory for taking snapshots and short recordings that I can then download to my phone. It was easy to set up access for Kim's mom. So her mom likes to check the cameras. Like her mom loves this kid, is like so into this kid that she actually pulls up the camera on her phone and just props her phone up on her desk while she's working or whatever. And like, she's not even here. She's only here one day a week, but like when she's at home, she still checks and watches the baby on the camera and stuff. So Dave Nuggy wants a ton of attention, but she's skittish about it and she's awkward about it. And the other thing is, to keep her safe from Sissy, because he's a bully, she's locked in the upstairs of the house. She's kind of lonely, so I always stop on the stairs and give her some pettings. And, you know, when I take naps in bed, she spoons with me. She wants attention. Probably not as much, though. Sissy is very clingy. And Lixie wants attention, but he's so skittish. He was a street cat that Kim rescued. And to this day, like 5-8 years later, he still runs away if anybody enters the room when he's eating. He won't come anywhere near me in daytime. I've been living here over 2 years. He won't come near me in daytime. At nighttime, he'll come up and sit on my lap on the couch, but through the day, he hides. He's a weirdo. I love that boy, but he is a weirdo. Moving back to your hometown and settled. Pretty happy with that, are you? That's because my face at night, he can't see it as well. I feel like at night, he feels like he could escape and hide easier if things start to go badly. He is such a weirdo. He will, because we keep the dining room door closed so Sissy can't get through and upstairs. So Lixie has to ask us to let him in and out. So because he hangs out down here or down there with Sissy sometimes, and he goes upstairs with Nuggy sometimes. But he'll go to the door and cry for me to let him through. But when I go to open the door for him, he'll run away. Or if he's on the other side of the door and I open it to let him through, he'll stand there paranoid, terrified, afraid to come through because I'm standing at the door. It's like, bitch, you asked me to open this door. Now that I opened it, you won't come through because I'm here? Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times going over and opening the door, giving up, sitting back down for a few minutes, then trying again before he'll go through. He's such a weirdo. I smell better at night, Dingus. I smell like a fresh load has been shot in my pants. You know, that's always a good smell. Nice, Linka. Very glad to hear that. Very, very glad to hear that. Here, it's hard to see, but here is this chonky bastard staring at me through a computer case. Invader Rod, welcome in. What's up? And here they are sharing her changing pad. Invader Rod, you don't want to know. Then there's this. I like this one. I like this one. Linka, I've been here 2 years. I have been here for 2 1/3 years. I've been here for 28 months, and I love it. It's great. Never leaving. Papa, howdy do, howdy howdy. Did I try to go back to capture card streaming, or did NDI not work? Invader Rod, NDI works fine. The encoder PC is running nicely downstairs, but I haven't switched over to relying on it yet because we had a weird technical problem that I just fixed in the last few days. And so I haven't made the switch over yet. But yeah. Juju's protector. You know, he was afraid of her at first, then he was curious. Now he's her buddy. He goes over to check her out. He lays in her box. He lays on her changing pad, you know. He's becoming very tolerant of her. He will swat at her sometimes if she's pestering too much or poking him too much or, you know, whatever. Usually she's pretty gentle and sweet with him, but she's learning to be gentle and sweet, so sometimes she's a little rough. And he doesn't run away. He'll swat her and tell her to chill out, but he doesn't run away. He'll just hump up right there on the arm of the couch and look to me for a little help to calm her down if she's getting too wild with her or with him. Indeed, Yako, October 17th. 3 days before my 42nd birthday. I am excellent, Papa. I am excellent. I got... I'm looking at this. Hold on. I got to open this in a different browser. ChemNerd. Oh, Invader Rod. It wasn't a technical problem with NDI at all. NDI has been working great from the get-go. The technical problem was the PC randomly rebooting itself. Like, nothing in the logs. Nothing at all in Event Viewer or anything. The only thing I could dig out of the system was in Reliability Monitor. It would just say the PC wasn't shut down properly. It would just randomly power cycle and boot itself back up. Sometimes it'd be fine for a day or two, and sometimes it'd do it 3, 4, 5 times in clusters. So... but I got it fixed. I think it was just a cursed Windows install. And a buggy Wi-Fi driver. Linka, I had a hard time. The first 2 years was hard. Chat will confirm I was grumpy, I was sour, I was stressed out. It's not that I was unhappy to be here, but it was just such a huge adjustment and so many things happened so fast, so many changes, and I just couldn't process it all. It took me a couple years. We're doing much better now. Much, much better. Only job as a husband. I would think a husband has a couple other jobs, hopefully. Let me hear this. Let me hear this.
Dear Diary, the authorities have removed the pair of black pants from the couch. There is no longer any place for me to sleep. I have vomited 3 times in protest, but there is no sign that anything will change. My only other hope for rest is on the computer keyboard, which is nearby.
Hey!
But sadly,
None of that shit around here!
I will wait. Dear Diary, My food dish is now only half full. It is obvious that I will soon starve to death. I have repeatedly tried to draw attention to my predicament with the authorities, but they are clearly either stupid, deaf, or just cruel. This may be my last entry. Dear Diary, it has come to my attention that the authorities have two hands, but seem to have made it the sadistic policy only to pet me with one of them at a time. Half of love is just low, which is how I feel. My spirit is breaking.
The fuck?
Diary, I've decided to plead with the authorities to rub my belly. I think it'll do me good in my current condition. I would like to receive 2 rubs exactly. A third one, and I will bite the shit out of them as per protocol. Wish me luck.
That's definitely sissy.
The dish continues to vex me. The authorities seem to taunt me with this cruel liquid that has neither smell nor distinguishing visual markings. A sad anniversary. This is the 900th day that my nose has been unintentionally wetted. Dear Diary, yesterday I put in...
Multi-year bug you've had with Windows install. Really? Which service was it, Rod? DM received. We can talk.
Simple request regarding the door to the garden. But, seemingly out of sheer spite, the authorities refused to hold the door open long enough for me to decide whether to go outside, or inside, or outside, or inside. Dear Diary, the authorities have punished me for taking a crap on the living room floor. This despite my efforts to distribute the litter evenly throughout the house. I am convinced that they are madmen, devoid of reason. Dear Diary, the squirrel was back again today. It mocks me. I will try and release my mind from this torment and groom myself for 4 hours. Dear Diary, I have been stalking an insect on the wall for the past 3 days now. All of my attempts to capture it have been thwarted. However, today, on further inspection, I found out that the insect was in fact a thumbtack. There is no logic in this place. Dear Diary, it is 3 in the morning. The authorities have closed the door to the bedroom. I can only assume that they have forgotten about me and have left me here to die. As a last resort, I will stand post for the rest of the night and sing the song of my people in hopes that they rescue me. Dear Diary, when the authorities poop, I have tried to poop in the bathtub litter box with them in a show of solidarity. I have yet to experience any gratitude.
The fuck?
Dear Diary, my attempts to destroy the terrible plant have all been for naught. Somehow, almost as if by some evil magic, a new one has appeared in its place. I will have to start over now. Like Sisyphus, I am bound to hell.
Okay. That was entertaining. Random PowerShell, and that's very sissy. Very. The other cat's not so much. Sissy for sure. Random PowerShell service named App Service 64 got installed by something. App got deleted. Service didn't. That doesn't sound good. That sounds very sus. Glad you got it fixed. I am living in terror of my next Windows reinstall. You know, you got to do it every few years. And in my case, there is so much work to do when that happens. I don't just need to reinstall a few apps, change a few settings. I need, oh God, redoing my stream setup fresh from scratch. Just shoot me. And I'm going to have to do it sometime this year. Sometime this year. It takes a while, Linka. Any big change takes a while. And too much change in too short a time can be incredibly hard, even if it's change that you wanted. And definitely if it's change you didn't want. Yeah, Rod, and keep in mind my stream software stack. Let's see here. We've got OBS, we've got the bot. I've got my Faderboard app. I've got the XLR interface stuff. I've got a ton of OBS plugins and scripts and so forth. There's a whole network config that has to be done. OBS has about 1,000 different fucking sources for everything. There's the Stream Deck software. There's... Oh, God, it's just a motherfucker. Yeah, Jen. So many things open for streaming. And a lot of it is stuff that just sits in the background and you use like... that has an effect like twice per stream. But it's like that motherfucker's got to be there the whole time anyway. And it's got to be installed. It's got to be configured properly. Maintained. Dingus, I understand how to do backups. The whole idea is not to do backups other than the actual content files. The whole point of a fresh setup is to rebuild it from the ground up with lessons learned from the past. And actually, folks, a couple weeks ago, I did not sleep at all. I spent the entire night reorganizing all of my storage and finally, for the first time ever, setting cloud backups. I now have a Google Drive subscription and have 500 gig of cloud backups now. Exactly, Rod. It may not appear broken, it may be working, but you know those config files and all those settings, there's something somewhere that's not right, and it gets carried over. Nah, it's better just to redo it. What I think I'm going to do this time, though, folks, is when I do it, I'm going to take a few days away from stream to do it. We'll take a week off. We'll declare it a vacation. And I'll do all my backups. I'll do my fresh installs. Reconfigure everything from the ground up. Do everything nice and pretty and perfect. And then I will take a snapshot of it so I can restore it later. And then I'll never use that snapshot because by the time I need to, I'll have made 100 other changes. So. But speaking of making changes and stream improvements, folks, we're going to wrap up here soon. Very nice, Liz. Very good. Hold on. How I do the audio? Okay, so all of my audio, I do not have a single desktop audio source in OBS. All of my audio stuff in the mixer is individual sources, application sources. So I've got the bot, the browser, game audio, the XLR mic, the USB microphone, Stream Elements alerts, the Stream Deck audio source, etc. But they all get captured as a single audio stream through NDI. And I do use the experimental low latency settings, but I may experiment with not using them because what I've noticed is when I'm using the low latency, it runs really good, it's nice, it's cool, but about every 8 or 10 minutes, there's a moment where it suddenly jumps forward like a half a second. Like you can see the camera and the audio jumps forward by about a half a second to resync. And it'll do that 2 or 3 times over a minute, and then it's totally in sync for the next 5, 8, 10 minutes, and then it'll do it again. I think it's just the low latency. So I think I'll turn off the low latency when I go back to using it. This audio is perfect. You mean the audio from this microphone, Dingus? It's very perfect. Very perfect. Oh, this is just an AT2020. It's the XLR version, not the USB. I've used it. Dingus, I've used an AT2020 for 7 years. I used the USB model for 5 years. And then when I first moved here, the community came together to help me update my setup and flesh it out because I couldn't bring some things with me. And we switched over to the XLR. There is the best voice on Twitch. Jen, I feel like my voice hasn't changed as much as I think it has. I feel like I've just become less disciplined. I tend to push my voice rather than just talk and let it be chill and natural. It sounds so much better when I just chill out, doesn't it? Alrighty, Invader Rod, you can always ask anytime. You can ask here. You can ask on the Discord. Go get your lunch. We'll be around. Oh, Dingus, it's an anti-littering and pro-recycling policy over here. There's 2 posts that don't break off when you open a plastic bottle over here. It's a new thing over this past year. So the caps don't get tossed, lost, laying on the ground, etc. Yeah, they are bullshit in the sense that it's annoying because you've got the cap in your way, and the inside of the cap, the edge of the cap has your sugary drink or whatever still on it, and so it does get on your lips, it does get in your beard. I fucking hate it. But at the same time, I have always said, if we want recycling and pro-environment things to actually have a meaningful impact, we have to be willing to deal with some inconveniences. We have to be able to make that trade-off. And this is a trade-off I'm willing to make. Darklight, you would be amazed at how many soda caps just get tossed. People will take the cap off, they'll put the cap back on, but when they get to the bottom half of their drink, and they know they're going to finish it in the next couple chugs as they're walking around or whatever, people will just toss the cap aside, so it's out of their way. Alrighty, Dingus. Catch you later. Have a good one. X2, yes. My capture card never gave me any problems till I upgraded my monitor. My capture card is limited to 60 hertz. My monitor is 144, although I have it clocked down to 120. I have to jump through hoops. Yeah. What do you think, chat? Can we pick up one of those new high frequency capture cards? Yes, Pshemko. Yeah, Jen. Linka, they are fucking annoying. I will say they're better than they were. They started it last year, and they've gotten better. The posts used to be too strong, so it was a pain in the ass to even get the cap to go over far enough and stay over far enough to be out of your way. they've weakened them enough and made them stretchy now. So it's better. It's better. I find them a minor annoyance. They were a big annoyance, Pshemko, last year, but the last couple months, the caps have been better. I've not had that problem, Darklight. These caps still feel perfectly strong. I've had no problem getting them to go back on bottles. No deformities or anything else. Maybe they're doing them a little different there in Germany. Shemko, back when I smoked, I hated people who would just flip their cigarettes away. And I would walk around all day with a pocket full of cigarette butts until I found a trash can. Like, I would flick the fire away, or flick it down and, put it out with my foot. But the actual filter and paper, I never threw. Never. Well, I won't say never. Almost never. Ooh, Yako, that would annoy me. That would very annoy me. Cigarette butts, Dave. Papa, I was as a teenager. But in my late teens, I would say around 18 or 19, something in my head just flipped and said, that's really fucking terrible. I better quit. And I probably didn't flip away more than another 10 or 20 cigarettes for the rest of my life. Butts, Dave. Butts. I saw it, Liz, 30 years ago or whatever. Don't remember it. Pipe for a brief period. That'll dress your cigarette. What? This cigarette talk is making me crave a cigarette, which is a very rare craving for me now. Oh, sure, it doesn't hold up. The movie, okay. Can you believe Pauly Shore is doing the Richard Simmons movie? Can you believe Pauly Shore's trying to make a comeback by doing a dramatic role as Richard Simmons? OSN, what up, dude? You can see it. Well, I think I won't see it. Yeah, now that he's older, he looks a lot like him. He's matched the hair, the whole fucking thing. Pauly Shore is a Nepo baby. His mom owned the comedy club. That's how he got his start. He made a lot of friends and connections. It's how he got his start. He flamed out after, his brief period. I've never heard a bad word about him other than being a little arrogant and a little whiny and entitled about, well, why aren't I still famous? But I've never really heard of any serious problem with him. What up, Salted? Gold Virginia with 7 pipe filters. Say it ain't so. Bad flow, howdy. Yeah, he's not young. He is 9 years younger than my mama. Generally, Papa, that's what I've heard, other than, like I said, him being a little whiny and bitchy about not being as famous and popular anymore, like I said. But as I started to say a little bit ago, folks, I think we're going to bail out of here pretty soon. And I think I'm going to go get Babe's Valentine's Day stuff ready. Chemco, it's part of Valentine's Day. Part of it. Thanks for the good idea. I'm gonna cook that woman a steak and mash. I'm gonna tell her to chill on the fucking couch and don't move a muscle other than helping a little bit with the kid for the entire day. I am going to clean house all day. If she takes an afternoon nap, I will come up and stream for a few hours tomorrow, but no promises. Liz, what kind of face? I'm curious. Brandy, that sucks. That really sucks. Salted, she does not drink alcohol, generally speaking. She's had a drink with me twice in 5 years. Liz, that was not the face you made. Actually, it probably was, but still. Come on, man. I'm live here. Stroke my ego. Oh, I know, Salted. But when you ask about drink, no, I mean, all she ever drinks is tea and milk. So I assume she'll have one of those with her dinner. On our very first date, I made her a steak that she thought was really good. And it was. I don't have a grill here, so I'm gonna have to do them on the stove, but still. Yes, Dave, I'm just going to go out and buy a cast iron right now, just for this one meal. I'm also going to stay up all night oiling it and drying it and oiling it and polishing it and oiling it and drying it and oiling it and polishing it. Yeah, we got to season that bitch up. And I'm also going to cook with it 5 times tomorrow morning to finish the seasoning before I cook tomorrow evening's dinner. Thank you, Salted. Just had surgery, your friend. Okay. I am, Papa. I am. I'm even better at polishing wood. Excellent, Brandy. Very good for her. Papa, I have 32 years experience polishing wood. Only my own, but still. Yes, Professor. Are cast iron expensive? They have become expensive, I believe, because they're the trendy thing in kitchen accessories these last few years. Yeah, it's a whole 8 inches of wood, Papa.
A little extra for VD stuff smiley.
VD. Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome of you. Really appreciated. Yes, Yako, that's kind of the fucking point here, sir. What I'm saying. Yes, Papa. Collectively, over the course of 32 years. We don't have room for a walk, sir. We don't have room for anything else in this house. This house is overloaded with stuff, and we do not have space for things or storage for things. We don't even have shelves for organizing all of it. Dutch homes are tend to be long and narrow and really lacking in closets and cabinets. Ha 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 ha! Mushy. The Dutch accent TTS will be gone soon. I'm redoing all the stuff and things. Salted, I do not have the budget for that. Nor the time, unfortunately. We are getting ready to redo the living room, though. We want to put some shelves up on the wall to get the TV and the living room PC up out of Juju's reach for the next couple of years. And once that's done, I want a new couch that's actually comfortable to cuddle on and take naps on and stuff, because our current couches are just not at all. Like, I can't even curl up and take a nap with my baby or anything because the couches are too narrow, too short, and too firm. Folks, y'all are awesome. Do you know that? Actually. No, you, Papa. Shut the fuck up and take it. I cultivated this? Well, we do have a cult here. And we have cult members. They're called Cubs. Members of the cult of Broski. We even have a secret Discord channel, actually. There are only 2 ways into that club. There are only 2 ways into that club. No, I'm not messing with you, Liz. I want in. I have some plans for it. It started as a joke, but I have some plans for it. The 2 ways in are a Twitch username change to include Broski in it. And a few people have done so. Turkey Spice is now Broski Spice. Party on Girth is now Party on Broski's Girth. Faxing Canada is now Faxing Broski. You know, and so forth. And the other way is going to be a Patreon tier that I'm going to be putting up soon. I'm still deciding what the incentives are, though. I'm thinking things like that was a good joke, Darklight. Little Broski would have been awesome. That's all right, Jen. That's all right. Although it would be great. Emma Broski. I know, Darklight. That's what I'm saying, bro. I need to take a couple days and quit worrying about kids and cleaning and making it to stream and actually catch up on this huge backlog of small, simple tasks that have piled up a mile high, bro. I need to fix it. I'm going to fix it. Darklight, do you have any idea what I have been dealing with? Have you ever been an immigrant with absolutely nothing to go on and have a child land on you years earlier than expected? We'll get there. You know what? Let me make a note of that. Just roll with the punches. It's easy. It's no big deal. Zero problems. There. I added it in large, bold, capital letters to the top of my to-do list, and it will be done tonight. The Discord channel. For patrons. But here's the thing about it. Nah. Did I say that, Chem Nerd? You could interpret it that way. Ultimate Cluster, welcome in. What's up, dude? Darklight? No, I'll do it tonight. There's going to be 2 Discord channels. One for the Cult of Broski and one for the Robed Ones. There will be some crossover between the 2 of them. Yes, Chem Nerd. Now, did she arrive unexpectedly? Yes. Was it very inconvenient and massively life-disrupting? Yes. Did it derail part of my immigration and stream growth and all that? Yes, absolutely. Do I mind any of that? No, not at all. Nah, Jen, you won't have to switch things around. No. I haven't completely ironed out all the details, but I will be doing so tonight. And I'm thinking, Cubs and Robed Ones will have access. Cubs and Robed Ones will get What do y'all say? A guaranteed multiplayer day once a month and a guaranteed movie night on Discord once a month? For starters. Probably a couple of other things too. See, the thing is, Chem Nerd, right there, exactly. Exactly. And thank you, Liz. I may bounce a couple of things off of you. I just might when I'm out for my walk. And yes, OSN, I've eased up on the back seating big time. I still have warnings about it because I don't want people to feel free to run wild with it. But I tolerate it a lot better than I used to. Guarantee, not guaranteed. See store for details. But here's the thing about making promises. The last couple years, I've been so overwhelmed, both with time and scheduling and just demands and being pulled so many directions, but also up here. Even when I had time, I felt like I didn't. I felt like I couldn't focus. I felt, But I feel much more capable of keeping schedules and promises these days. I think we're getting past the roughest period and into a mode where I can start building and growing and catching up on old promises and plans and so forth now. I am mushy. OSN, very first time you watched one of your streams, I asked the question, didn't know your policy, I went off on you. Was it one of those I'm thinking out loud and you thought that I was actually just asking? That used to happen a lot. I had to train myself to A, not think out loud as much like that, and B, be understanding when people misunderstand it when I do it. Oh, Salted, I try not to take anything for granted. The last couple months have been much lower stress, much lower anxiety, like a big evaporation of mental health problems. Not completely, but big improvement. But regression can happen, whether it's temporary or long-term. Some days are just still bad days. And I don't want to, I have to give myself room to fall down sometimes, If I set the bar at my current mood and energy and mental focus levels and expect myself to stay at that bar or above, that's just begging to beat myself up when I fail, which will happen sometimes. I have to give myself flexibility. I have to be willing to say, today's just a day like it was a few months ago, instead of a day like it was yesterday. It's going to happen sometimes. But I will be honest, folks, and some of you noticed this, and some of you knew what was going on, some of you didn't. But I was severely depressed. Severely depressed. I felt locked in. I felt like I didn't have any control of my situation. And I kept beating myself up because what else is a rational person going to do? If you have been asking the universe for these big things for years, then you finally get everything you asked for. You get everything you've wanted for years, and you're still not happy. you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to think there's something wrong with you. You're going to think you're an asshole. You're going to think you're a failure. You're going to think that you've made mistakes. You're going to call yourself ungrateful. You're going to make yourself bitter by calling yourself bitter. You know what I mean? And that's what went on those first 2 years. I had everything I had been asking for the previous 2 years. All landed on me in the span of a few months' time. But I couldn't figure out how to be happy. Welcome back, Dingus, and welcome back, Faxing. In a way, Liz, but not really. And here's why. There's a lot of things that a streamer, even in an open community like ours, where I'm not a character doing a stream, I'm a real person being open and honest with y'all like I always have. Even in that scenario, there's certain things you just don't say in public. Just because you can't take them back or they create the wrong impression or whatever. And I didn't have any of my American friends to go get a beer with and vent to. I had a couple friends over here I could do that with. Sentinel, M. Chrome, to some degree, Yako. I mean, he's one of those guys, but, we haven't got to hang out except the one time. I have people around here, but at the same time, they're also from stream. So I had to filter myself a certain way. I could be honest with them, but I had to carefully choose the language, Yeah, OSN, just because things are, even if they're way better, doesn't mean they're good. Things are good. I'll be honest, things are very good. I've got it very good. I've got a good life. And I'm increasingly happy as the days go by. I think you guys have seen that so far this year, right? Much less salty, much less drowsy, much less cranky about everything. Hi, Joel. It is hard, Jen. It is hard. OSN, that's a conversation I have to have with somebody very important to me tonight. They've been expressing that lately. Salted? That actually chokes me up a little bit. It is the hardest thing I've ever done. And I've done some damn hard things. But the 25 months camped in the office, sleeping on a broken futon, eating gas station food to save money to move here, and dealing with the immense pressure of it all. Then the move here and all the adjustments and all the sacrifices and trade-offs. And then everything that landed on me after. Yeah, this has been the hardest thing I've ever done. And I could have done a better job. But I have to stop focusing on that. And I have to just be proud of myself and happy with myself for doing it in the first place and succeeding. I'm here. I've got the girl. I've got the baby. I've got the stream. What the fuck am I bitching about, So. Yeah, Liz. And it takes time, and it ain't easy, and that's all true. But let me add a layer on top of that. I've had to do it live with a camera and microphone in my face in real time with no edits, several days a week. I've had to go through this process with an audience. And that's fucking hard. You guys saw parts of my mood that are not normal or natural for me, but they were there. And they're embarrassing, but it is what it is. It won't fix your internet. What is it you want to do if you'd like to talk about it a little bit? Indeed, Linka. Insulted? Indeed. Recovering from Carnival. Oh, Joel, I'm so sorry to hear that, buddy. That's rough. That's... Yeah, OSN. You, if you'd like to talk about the thing that you want to do, wish you could do. Linka, that's the thing, is we used to be very open on this channel. I used to really tell y'all what was on my mind and how I was feeling and what was going on with me. And I had to stop because too much of it was difficult and negative and pessimistic these last couple of years. I felt... now that we're back on the upswing, I can both put it behind me and still talk about it. So I think we're getting back to the old broski and maybe more of the old channel. And that is super important to me. I have always loved this place for those reasons. How I or anybody else could come in and talk about what was really going on with them and get support and encouragement from the community. OSN, interesting. Okay. I have a cousin who's a professional poker player. He took his girlfriend, his college girlfriend, to Vegas for a weekend, and just for the hell of it, he bought in at a tournament and ended up winning. Like, it wasn't even his goal. He just wanted to have fun for a couple of hours, and he ended up winning. And so he finished college, but he now plays professionally. And yeah, the buy-in is a motherfucker. Getting going is a motherfucker. I wish I could eat on stream. $11 tournaments last year and 2 so far this year. Very nice. Very nice. My cousin has played in the World Series of Poker, and I don't know what else. I don't keep up with him. Once in a while, I throw his name into Google just to see if he's still active and what's going on, because I haven't talked to him in years. But I saw that faxing. I saw that. Mushy, I cannot help but wear my heart on my sleeve. I cannot help but. I cannot hide how I feel. I can't lie. I can't fake. I can't act. I can't put on a mask and come to work. It's just, I can't do it. It's impossible for me. Does he do a blog? Not that I know of. He might. And now I'm actually curious, so I'll ask Mom. She keeps up with him, I guess. What sucks, OSN, is there's another player with the exact same name who's actually kind of higher up in the chain than him. And so, yeah. The last I saw his career, and I haven't looked in years, but his career winnings were a couple, 2 or 3 mil last time I looked. But It's a risky goal, but an exciting and interesting one, OSN, and I really hope you get the opportunity to push on it more, sometime and hopefully soon. It did, Yako. It did. It just took a few minutes, and I was just chilling at that point, But also, our activities helped. Hello, Dame. Let's see here. Brain chemicals are rude. Don't follow logic. Yeah. I did all of this all at once, Dame. And that's something that I have to keep reminding myself of. It helps to remind myself of what I took on and the fact that I didn't give up, I didn't collapse, I haven't failed. I've had days of failure, but the endeavor is not a failure. Vaccine? That is both exciting and frustrating at times. You do quite well there in Austin. Okay. They most definitely helped, Yako. Right, OSN, I get it. It's a constant thing with this stream, OSN. This community has done an ass load to support what we're doing here and support my goals. This community got me here. This community enables me to stay home and take care of the baby. But every single month is a roll of the dice on whether that can continue or not. And it has been very, very close for some long stretches. But it's improving because I'm improving. I'm in a better mood. I have better energy, a better attitude, better mentality. And so people have more fun, and so the show is more deserving of their support. And I understand that. So I had to get myself happy so then I can make other people happy so then they can help me keep the show rolling so we can make more people happy, right? That's how it works. But Dame, you're right. Brain chemicals are rude. And parasocial relationships, that's the thing. I hate the concept. I hate the idea of being one of those guys who acts like everybody's best friend here during stream and on chat. But when I click that stop stream button, I turn it all off and I go on with my things. That's not how I want it to be. I want a close-knit community. Not every single person who hangs out here has to share their name and their profession and tell us about their families and, buy into the whole thing. But I want as many people to do so as possible, as we can welcome in and make feel comfortable. I want to be a streamer who will reply to DMs, and take the time to talk to people about things that are important to them or they're excited about or that they're struggling with. I don't want to be that fake Twitch friend who just clicks off at the end of the stream and goes on with his thing. It is OSN. And I that's one of the things I've beat myself up for these last couple years, my friends. And I want you to hear this. I want you to, all of you, to hear this clearly. It's very important to me. For the past couple years here, I have not been the guy I was before. I've not been the guy who took the time and energy to sit up all night talking to somebody from chat who's struggling with something or who wants to share their special interest with me or whatever the case may be. Like, I used to be that guy. I have not had the energy or the time for it, and I feel awful about that. Honestly, a lot of the times I feel like everybody did so much, dug so deep, went so overboard to give me everything I was asking for. Get me here and let me start my family and build my new life here. And then as soon as I got here, I just halfway checked out. And that was never my intention. I've just been drained and overwhelmed. Vaccine, I'm sure you are. You're well-intentioned. I think you're bored. And you seek attention. But don't a lot of us? Jacob. OSN, I had that problem for a long time before I started streaming, but life lessons forced me to stop, or at least slow down and be more selective. Luckily, before I started streaming, because I think it could have gone very badly if old me or young broski was a streamer. I think it would be bad. Well, Mushy, yes, this is true, and this is true, obviously, of course. But at the same time, that doesn't change the fact that I still felt like a fucking heel. Everybody gave me everything I wanted, and I had all these big promises and plans for when I got here. And then it all fell apart because I was just exhausted. And even if I had every right and reason and justification in the world to go through that exhaustion and the mental shift in how I approach things, it still sucked and it made me feel bad. Shave him with a straight razor? Be careful. I used to do my head with a straight razor. Jacob, I don't message people because I feel like I'm going to be interrupting them, distracting them, disrupting whatever they're doing. Because I know sometimes when somebody messages me, I'm like, I'm glad they messaged, but at the same time, not right now. Damn it. I'll be up at the PC in a couple of hours. Then I have a keyboard and I can actually talk. I'm not mad at the person. I'm just like, the timing sucks or whatever. And so I worry about disturbing other people. I worry about burdening other people. Oh, by the way, I think our camera lens needs a cleaning. Yeah, actually, it's a little crisper, just ever so slightly crisper. I think this screen gets, or I think the camera lens gets a little foggy from the vape every few weeks. Right, Darklight. And sometimes when somebody messages me with something important, I will reply to them and say, hey, I want to give you a thoughtful, meaningful reply. So give me a day or two. I will be back at a keyboard soon. Yeah, Joel. And I used to do that a lot. During the office days and the first few months over here, I overpromised and overextended. I didn't want to tell anybody no to anything that they wanted me to do on the stream or for the stream or with the stream, because this is a community stream and y'all did so much for me. And IRL, I'm always overextending myself. I'm always telling Mom, you know, you've got a debit card on my PayPal account. If you need something, just go do it. If there's a problem with the house, get it fixed. If you need groceries or something, go, you know, fucking do it. And then I end up like, well, fuck, that really sucked. You know, I always just kind of overextend myself because I want to be good to people. Already Salted, thanks for popping in. Have a good one, sir.
Overextended my sub.
Overextended my sub. Holy shit, Brother Smoke, 65 months. What are you doing with yourself, man? How's life over there? How's life in the Murica? Vape juice. It literally comes in these little bottles. Yes. All of chat's messages are meaningful and important. Yeah, actually. Brother, do you see? Do you see what I have right there, brother? I'm starting to get that fucking retro collection together. We've got the NES, the SNES, 2 N64s, including the Pokemon one. I've got a buttload of handhelds back there. I've even got a game library. We've even got a Super Scope 6, brother. I got a Super Scope 6 and a Mario Paint mouse. What the fuck is happening here? Be all right over there? I hope so. Yep, Joel, indeed. Even yours, Professor. Jen, I feel like in the last 6 months I've pulled back from that, though. I stress over the house much less. I don't spend Juju's naps panicking and freaking out and cleaning like a maniac and beating myself up for the house not being perfect like Granny's house kind of thing. I do insist on taking a lot more time to just chill and play a game or read something or watch something during Juju's naps, give myself some downtime. I do stay up at night. I do tell Kim, you know, a few nights a week, you know, as soon as that kid goes to bed, I'm going upstairs to do my own thing. I do take care of myself more. I give myself more time, more space for my hobbies and my interests and just my mental downtime and so on. You need to sell it. OSN, I'm going to mod that one back there. I'm going to mod that one back there because it's a PAL 50 hertz unit. We're going to do a mod on it to make it multi-region, 50, 60 hertz switch. Shiziko. What up, Danny? I'm starting to have more time to see friends, actually. Papa, y'all tell me things like that, and I know you mean it. And I appreciate how much you mean it. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I have to make this channel work. I have to make this channel succeed at a certain minimal level in order to maintain Nope, faxing. No, it didn't work, and you know why. Remember, we changed it. But thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. And you got noped. And Danny, IRL again sometime soonish? I would definitely like to. I have the time budget a little easier these days. We can make something happen soonish, for sure. You been doing all right over there lately? Fishing mailed. Yeah, we could do that, Danny. I've been thinking. See, here's the thing. I've not been taking. You know how I used to. Okay, you guys know how I used to skip stream once or twice a month to just go out all day and take. Vaccine. Vaccine.
Bomb has been planted.
All right, faxing. That's running on a bit long. Ceramics, that's the TTS. And that was good timing for that, by the way, Joel. That was good timing for that. Broski hanging out IRL. I do that on occasion, Posey. On occasion. Here's a message. You're not doing anything right now. I'm not doing anything right now, Jacob. I mean, DM person. Needed to be done. It's okay, faxing. I definitely appreciate it. You do know, faxing, that things like that add up at the end of the month a lot to help keep this channel rolling. So, been great. Working on yourself hard the last few months. Stop smoking weed, change your diet. Well, it looks like we can't hang out if we can't go fucking smoke a joint and eat burgers. I'm kidding. But that's very good. Changed your diet, started to see your family a bit more again, cutting into your Twitch time. But yeah, it's got to be worth it. I totally understand that. Like, okay, yesterday is a good example. Up until a couple months ago, I would have streamed yesterday on Kim's day off. I would have been like, "Oh, you got the day off because it's a holiday? Have fun with the kid. I gotta go stream. I gotta make up for lost time here. I gotta go do a thing." Yesterday, I was able to make myself slow down and say, "Nope, we're not gonna do an unscheduled stream. I'm just gonna spend the whole day downstairs with my family." And it was nice. I worked a little bit on the new server, but that was at the dining room table with Juju in my lap. And I just sat around all afternoon watching shows with Kim. I think we watched 3 or 4 episodes yesterday. It was amazing. What is up, Jenna? How we doing? What's happening over there? Family time is good. And Danny, I've cut down a lot. I was using it as a crutch to get around and through and over my anxiety. I don't need it as much anymore. I'm all right, Jenna. I'm having a pretty good day. We've had a nice conversation for 3.5 hours with no game. I'm getting ready to go out for a hot shower and a long walk. Pretty good here. But like going back to the walks, y'all remember how I would skip stream a couple times a month to just go out for a long 20, 30 kilometer walk? That was anxiety. That was stress. That was, I had to get out and walk it off. And I haven't had to do that lately. I've been happy to be home. I haven't been feeling as boxed in as I used to. It's been a lot easier to just stay home and chill and relax and keep the stream schedule and, you know. Mostly meat diet. That probably gets expensive, but I would like it. Folks, I've been saying for like a while now, like an hour, that we're probably going to wrap up and get the fuck out of here. Because I need that shower and I need to get out the door if I'm going to go. So I think we're going to do that here in a minute. Boo, Liz. Boo. Yeah, but I got some productivity that needs done tonight, lady. I still do. When you have an afternoon free sometime. Can't do Fridays. I can't do Fridays either. I have the baby. The days that I don't. Here's the conflict, Chiziko. The conflict that I run into is every day I have the baby, and the days that I don't have the baby are days I need to stream. So it's the timing is always difficult. But it is doable, and it is more doable now than it used to be. Boob Liz. Titty dinners. These nuts, Yako. Nah. Folks, I really appreciate y'all coming to hang out for a really interesting conversation that covered so many different things. Just bring Juju? I mean, these days with the one big change you made, it might be doable. She's definitely a handful. We'd be chasing her around, but it's doable. When the weather starts warming up a little bit, I do want to start taking her out more. I don't really take her anywhere because, tell me if I'm crazy, but it seems really risky and complicated to take a toddler out in this country because there is a lack of public restrooms. And I have deep anxiety about that. But Daddy does need to take her out sometimes. Well, Danny, my anxiety does not allow me to ask them at all. That's part of the problem. But I'm getting over it. For a long time, I felt like outsider, stranger in a strange land. I felt like, I don't know. It's getting a lot better. A lot better. Anyway, folks, I could spin around in my chair and ramble for the rest of the evening, but that won't accomplish anything. It's time to get out of here. Who is live? Who do we got that's live? Yeah, Yako, there's not... Like, okay, so put it this way. In the States, I could walk into most gas stations, any fast food place, most convenience stores, that kind of thing, and just go straight to the back. No questions asked. Don't have to interact with anybody. You can just go. I could walk into a McDonald's with my kid, go straight to the bathroom, change their diaper, clean them up, and walk right back out. Here, you got to ask. You got to interact with people. You have to invade their space and be like, yo, can I go make a mess in your bathroom? Cool, thanks. It's very different. And yeah, Sean's live. Let's do that. Folks, thank you again. I fucking love you. No promises on tomorrow. Just a heads up, no promises on tomorrow. Valentine's Day, there may be a couple 2 or 3 hour stream if Kim takes a nap. If she doesn't, I'm going to make it a couple's day or a family day. So, copy the raid message, and I will either see you, sexy motherfuckers, tomorrow at the usual time, thereabouts, or definitely on Thursday. And when we return tomorrow or Thursday, we will have all these overlays finally fixed. The shelves will be clean. There will be a Patreon-only Discord channel and some rewards promised and guaranteed. And with that, off we go. I will see you lovely fuckers in the next 24 to 48 hours. Go tell Sean, Handy Capable Sean, that the old man sent you. He is playing some Addams Family Pugsley Scavenger Hunt on SNES with his chin, and he's fucking awesome. We love Sean. I'll see you over there. Later, nerds.